Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're taking on the challenge of rebuilding FC Midtjylland. This club is famous for using data analytics in football and producing some top young talents. They have been a regular in the Europa League and even reached the Champions League group stage twice, most recently in the 2020 season against Liverpool, Atalanta and Ajax. And just last season they actually finished first in the regular season, but when it came to the championship playoffs, their form dipped and they ended up second overall, missing out on the league title. So now the challenge is clear. Can we rebuild the squad and take Midtjylland all the way to not only Superliga glory but also Champions League glory? Let's find out. So here's the current squad, and there's definitely talent here, but if we want to build for Europe we need a long-term plan. That starts with one big rule. Anyone over 25 has to go. We are highly focused on bringing in young talent that can build and grow our team. Players who will not only make us more successful on the pitch, but also help us generate a profit so we can reinvest and bring in even more quality in the future. We only started off with a budget of 11 million euros, which isn't a lot when you're trying to rebuild a squad for a European success. So our first big move was to generate some revenue through player sales. We sold 5 players over the age of 25, bringing in an extra 10.5 million on top of our starting budget. Here's where it gets exciting. With our increased budget, we spent 17 million in total, making some smart deals and player swaps to cover all our needs. These transfers include Minkarelli for 3.9 million, Seamus for 2.3 million, Van den Bosch for 3 million, Struikens for 7.2 million, including a player swap with Silva, and Harder for 1 million, including a player swap with Buxer. This is how the team looks now with our new striker, our new midfielders and our new defenders. The depth looks better, we've injected some fresh talent, and most importantly, this squad has huge potential to grow. It's not perfect yet, but it's a strong foundation for the future. Let's fast forward to January and see how this new look squad performs in the first half of the season. So we have made it to January of season 1, and jumping straight into the league table, you can see that we are sitting in 3rd place with 35 points. Just 5 points off first place is not bad at all, and we're definitely still in the title race. Over in the Europa League, we finished 13th place with 13 points, which was enough to get us through to the playoff rounds, and we're up against FC Braga in the playoff rounds. Honestly, that's a solid outcome. We could have faced someone much tougher than that. Looking at our overall squad performance, you'll see our top goal scorers are Sims here leading the way with 11 goals, Struikens and Francolino both on 7 goals each, and then we've got Sorensen, Osorio and Harder all chipping in with 6 goals each. And for assists, we've got Seamus and Sims here joint leaders with 4 assists. We've got Sorensen close behind on 3, and then we've got Struikens, Osorio, Harder and Chilufio all adding 2 assists to their name. By the end of the summer window, we still had about 5 million euros left in the budget, and we've decided to use some of that to strengthen our backline. We brought in a new right back, Joaquin Says, for 1.8 million, including a player swap with Kevin and Babu. Here's how the final squad looks heading into the Europa League playoff rounds, and honestly, I'm really happy with it. We've got the balance, we've got the young talent that can grow, and I'm excited to see how far we can take this team in Europe. Jumping into the Europa League knockout phase, we start off with the playoff round against FC Braga. In the first leg, we managed to edge them out with a 1-0 win. Then, in the second leg, we kept our momentum going. We beat them 2-1, with Struikens scoring twice to seal the tie. That means we are through to the round of 16. In the round of 16, we drew Olympique Marseille, and this is where things start to get tough. The first leg was a real struggle. We fell to a 3-0 defeat that left us with a huge mountain to climb. And while we fought hard in the return leg, it just wasn't enough. We lost 2-1, meaning we got out of the Europa League with a 5-1 aggregate defeat to Marseille. While our European journey ends here, there's still plenty to play for domestically, so let's jump to the end of the season and see how we get on. So we've made it to the end of the season, and we can start off by saying in the regular season, we finished 2nd place, 2 points off first, but there were still 10 games to play in the championship round. And in that round, we went on to win 9 out of 10 games, which means we won the league by 6 points. It is absolutely amazing to see. Although we won the league, we did unfortunately lose in the cup final to Brøndby, losing 2-1, and of course we fell short in the Europa League. So while the cup runs didn't bring any success this season, lifting the league title is still a huge achievement for our first year in charge. Looking at our top goal scorers, we got Sims here with 19 goals, we've got Stroikens with 13, Francolino with 12, Harder with 10, Osorio with 9, Sorensen with 8, and Bravo with 6 goals. And looking at our top assisters, you'll see that Sims here is also leading the line with 8 assists. We've got Simus and Francolino with 6, Sorensen and Stroikens with 4, and Harder and Bravo with 3 assists. A very special mention going out to Sims here for not only finishing as the top scorer but also the top assister. He most definitely deserves our Player of the Season award. Looking at our notable player improvements, we've got Sorensen with a +5 in overall rating, Sims here with a +5 overall rating, and that's deserved. We've got Stroikens with a +4, Harder with a +4, Minkarelli with a +4, Simus with a +4, Olofsson with a +4, and Bravo with a +4. This squad has come such a long way already, and you can definitely see the progress compared to the start of the season. We're just a couple of signings away from really taking this team to the next level, pushing further in Europe and even making a real run at the Champions League qualification. With that, season 1 comes to a close, and I'm excited to see what season 2 has in store. Let's jump into the new season, guys. We're into season 2 of the Midtjylland rebuild, and starting off by looking at the squad, you can see honestly it looks really solid, and there aren't too many glaring weaknesses, but if we had to identify 2 areas to improve, I would definitely be looking at the centre back and the goalkeeper. Looking at our budget, we only start off with 11 million euros, which in today's market is not a lot to work with. So to get creative, we've brought in a ton of free agents, with the 2 standout names being Klein and Knežević. Thanks to snapping up 9 free transfers, we were able to move on a lot of our bench and reserve players to free up funds. Our biggest outgoing transfer this season is Sims here, and he was our Player of the Season, and he absolutely deserved the recognition from a Premier League club like Aston Villa, and he made the transfer for 37.5 million. It's tough to lose a player like him, but it is a huge boost to our finances. In total, after all the sales, we generated 73 million euros in revenue, and with that extra cash, we reinvested it heavily into the squad. We signed Quenda for 30 million euros, we signed Saar for 14 million euros, we signed David De Gea for 8 million euros, Moukoko for 11 million euros, and we signed Dublin for 3 million euros, including a player swap with Osorio, and we also signed Bernal, who we loaned out. Altogether, that came to 66 million euros spent, leaving us with 9 million euros left in the budget. After all these transfers have been made, this is what the squad looks like now, and the 2 biggest takeaways is that our team has gotten younger for a second season in a row, and our potential has skyrocketed. The next take is that our bench depth is much stronger. This gives us way more options across different competitions. So with that being said, let's jump forward to January and see how the team gets on. So we have made it to January, guys, and in the league things are going really well considering it's the half point of the season, and we are currently sitting first place, tied on points with Brøndby, but we're edging them out on goal difference. In Europe, it's been a bit more of a mixed bag. We finished 19th place in the Europa League standings, which does qualify us for the playoff rounds again, but compared to last season, it's definitely a step down. That said, knockout football is knockout football, and the most important thing is that we're still in it. And when the draw came out, we definitely got lucky. We'll be facing Hearts in the playoff rounds. They were definitely much tougher opponents, so I'll take that matchup all day, every day. Looking at our player performances so far this season, our top goal scorers are Moukoko with 11 goals, Harder with 10, Chilufya with 8, Sorensen with 7, and Stroikens with 5. And then in terms of our top assisters, we've got Sorensen with 5, Knežević with 3, Simus with 3, and then Stroikens, Dublin, Moukoko, Suleiman, Fernandes, and Chilufya all with 2 assists. We made 1 sale in the transfer market, and that was Clausen. We sold him for 900k. And in terms of who we purchased, we bought a new centre back. We bought Ruiz, costing us 2 million euros, but it included a player swap with Van den Bosch, who we originally signed in season 1. So the squad is shaping up nicely, and we've got some momentum in the league along with a favourable draw in the Europa League. With that being said, let's jump to the playoff rounds of the Europa League. We are at the Europa League knockout stage, and in the playoff rounds we are up against Hearts. In the first leg we took control and we beat them 3-1, and in the second leg we managed to get a solid 1-0 win with Stroikens getting the goal. That meant we advanced 4-1 on aggregate and we booked our place in the round of 16. For the round of 16 we drew OGC Nice, and once again there were much tougher opponents available, so on paper it looked like a favourable draw. But unfortunately, things didn't go our way. In the first leg, we put up a really poor performance and we lost 3-1, leaving us with a steep hill to climb. But in the second leg, we fought back with a 2-1 victory. It just wasn't enough. So we went and lost 4-3 on aggregate. So our Europa League campaign does come to an end. And yes, it is disappointing, but we can only move on from here. So let's jump to the end of the season and see how we do domestically. So we've made it to the end of season 2, and honestly what a year it's been. We went through the regular season, finished in first place, and then carried that form straight into the championship round where we won the league. We ended with 76 points, a massive 13 points above second place. Absolute domination from the boys, and it feels like all the hard work we're putting in is really paying off. In the cup, things didn't go as planned. We got knocked out in the quarterfinals, which was disappointing. And of course in Europe you saw how that went. We lost 4-3 to Nice on aggregate in the round of 16. So not quite the fairy tale run we wanted, but it's still progress compared to last season. Let's talk about our players though, because we had some serious performers this year, with our top scorer being Makoku, who led the line with 21 goals. We had Stroikens right behind him with 14, Chilufya chipping in with 11, Harder bagging 10, Sorensen with 8, and even Dublin stepping up with 7 goals. And on the creative side, our top assisters were Sorensen leading it with 10 assists. We got Simus with 7, we got Says and Dublin both on 5, and then also Knezovic and Stroikens adding 4 each. And on top of that, we saw some big improvements in the squad this year, with Knezovic jumping up with a +5 rating, Stroikens with a +4, Minkarelli with a +4, and Simus with a +4. This is really exciting development, and it's starting to show on the pitch. But of course, not everything went to plan. Do you remember Quenda? We spent 30 million on him at the start of the season, and he gave us a grand total of 3 goals and 0 assists. For that price tag, that's just not good enough. Honestly, I don't even feel like giving him a second chance. I think moving into season 3, he'll be on his way out. Overall though, I'm proud of the progress we made. We're champions now, and we've built a squad with some serious potential, and with a few smart moves in the summer, I think we can really make a push in Europe. So that's it for season 2. A lot of highs and a few frustrations, but definitely a step forward. I can't wait to see what we can build in season 3. It's the start of season 3 in the rebuild, and this year things are about to get serious. We are officially in the Champions League, which means the pressure is on to take this team to the next level. Jumping straight into the squad, the goal is simple. We want to improve every single aspect of this team, the attack, the midfield and the defense, and to do that we need to make some big moves. With only 23 million to start off with, the budget isn't giving us much to work with, so once again we went heavy into the free agent market. We purchased 7 free agents, with Thomas being our best player, 81 rated and just 18 years old. He will be coming in to replace David De Gea. The incoming free agents allowed us to sell big, and I mean big. We said goodbye to Mario Stroikens and Conrad Harder, 2 massive names from last season. Along with David De Gea and a bunch of bench players, we generated in a total of 175 million in sales. That gave us the firepower to finally go and bring in some Champions League quality players. We purchased Malik Thor for 14.5 million, including a player swap with Zhao. We purchased Anthony Gordon for 20 million, with Quenda going the other way. We also purchased Zubamendi for 23.5, including a swap deal with Sorensen. We signed Pulisic for 42 million. We signed Deketa Lara for 43 million. And finally, we signed a young Mikey Moore for 12 million. Altogether, we spent around 160 million, leaving us with just 4 million left in the bank. But honestly, looking at the squad now, it looks Champions League ready. We've upgraded every single area, added some serious quality, and now it's time to test ourselves on the biggest stage in Europe. So let's jump to January and see how this new look team really gets on in the Champions League and the domestic league. We have made it to January, and looking at the squad, everything is really starting to take shape. The players are growing nicely and the squad looks even better than what it did at the start of the season. Now with only 4 million left in the budget, there won't be any changes this window. This is the group we're sticking with to push through the rest of the season. Looking at the league table though, we're sitting in second place, and I'll be honest, with the kind of investment we've made and the level of players we've brought in, it's a little disappointing, but it is what it is and there's still time to turn it around. But where things get really exciting is in the Champions League. We managed to finish 15th place, which means we have qualified for the playoff rounds. Absolutely amazing. And honestly, in the playoff rounds, we got really lucky with the draw. With sides like Roma, Atletico Madrid, Dortmund and Leverkusen all in the playoffs, we ended up getting Rangers. No disrespect, but that's probably the best matchup we could have hoped for. Looking at our top goal scorers, we've got Moukoko leading the way with 13 goals, Anthony Gordon and Maya with 8, Pulisic with 6, De Ketelaere with 5 and Dublin rounds it out with 4 goals. And for our top assisters, we've got Pulisic and Mikey Moore tied at the top with 6 each. De Ketelaere has 5, Knežević with 4, and then we got Moukoko, Dublin, Seamus and Schmidt all sitting on 3. So yeah, we're definitely building something special. When you're looking at the stats spreading out so nicely like this, the future is looking bright, but now it's time to see if this team can really rise to the occasion. Let's head to the Champions League knockouts and see what we can do against Rangers. Jumping into the playoff rounds of the Champions League, we're up against Rangers of course, and we couldn't have asked for a better draw, and we made sure we got the job done. With a 2-0 win in the first leg and a 2-1 win in the second, a nice comfortable win, 4-1 on aggregate, and we are through to the round of 16. The round of 16 is where things got serious. We got drawn against Arsenal, a tough matchup but still a team we felt we could beat, and in the first leg it didn't go our way, with Odegaard scoring in the 70th minute, handing them a narrow 1-0 win. But in the second leg, this team showed heart. Moukoko and Anthony Gordon stepped up when it mattered most, both finding the net to flip the tie on its head. We won 2-0 and 2-1 on aggregate. And just like that, Arsenal were out and we were through to the quarterfinals. And then came AC Milan. The first leg ended in a 1-1 draw with Pulisic missing an 88th minute penalty, which really could have given us the edge. But in the second leg, it was another 1-1 draw. Pure deja vu, and it went to penalties where we won 5-3, booking our spot in the semi-finals. In the semi-finals, we drew Bayer Leverkusen, and on the other side of that bracket was RB Leipzig versus Atletico Madrid. Now let's be honest here, if we're looking at these 4 teams, this is probably the weakest Champions League semi-final lineup we've seen in a long time, and trust me, we are very thankful for that. At this point, our confidence was sky high, and it showed. In the first leg against Leverkusen, we were clinical, a 2-0 win with Gordon and Moukoko doing what they do best. And in the second leg, we sealed it with a 2-1 victory, wrapping it up 4-1 on aggregate. And just like that, we have booked our place in the Champions League final. What a run this has been so far, from Rangers to Arsenal to Milan and now Leverkusen. The boys have really shown what they're made of. But before jumping into the biggest game of the season, let's see how the rest of the season has gone for us. In the league during the regular season, we finished in a disappointing second place, just 5 points off the top. And heading into the championship round, I really thought we could take it all the way and make it a three-peat, winning the league 3 seasons in a row. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. We finished second place, 4 points behind first, ending on 72 points. Really disappointing season in the league. In the domestic cup, we fought our way all the way to the final, but unfortunately came short again, losing 4-2. It's disappointing to fall at the last hurdle. We've honestly been really bad in the domestic cup. Looking at our top scorers, we've got Moukoko leading the line with 26 goals, Anthony Gordon contributing 18, Maya had 13, and then De Ketelaere, Pulisic and Dublin all finishing with 8 goals each. Looking at our top assisters, we've got De Ketelaere with 11 assists, we've got Seamus contributing 8, and Knežević, Zubimendi, Pulisic, Dublin and Mikey Moore all adding 6 each. So all in all, the squad has been firing across the board, and now it's time to turn our full attention to the Champions League final, the biggest game of the season and our chance at European glory. It is time, the Champions League final. Just in our 3rd season, we are in the Champions League final. I would have never expected it, not with this team that we currently have. I thought maybe season 4, maybe season 5, but here we are, and we need to take full advantage of the fact that we are taking on RB Leipzig, not the best team in the world, and I think they are very beatable. RB Leipzig have been putting on the pressure, and as you can see, they're on the attack right here. Hugo Ekitike plays it. Oh my goodness, is it back to Ekitike? Oh, what a save from the keeper. What a save from the keeper. That could have easily been 1-0 down. We've got the ball here out wide. We're going to bring it back inside. Okay, back out wide. It's back to Pulisic. Bring it. Moukoko. Oh, Moukoko makes it 1-0 in the Champions League final. Our top scorer for the second season in a row is showing why he is that guy. And that's why I didn't replace him. I had the means to replace him, but I said no. I want to keep him. He is our striker for this rebuild, and he has just proven why I should have kept him. Wow. Now that we're 1-0 up, I don't want to fall to complacencies, but as you can see, our passes are still not 100%, and Leipzig is back on the attack. Can our keeper do it again? Oh, our keeper has been amazing. Luckily, they didn't go in. They got the corner right here, and it looks like we're on the counter. We are on the counter. Let's just run. Anthony Gordon. Wow, this is looking good. This is looking good. I'm gonna cut back and look for Moukoko again, and that's Moukoko. Oh my days! Moukoko with the second goal in the Champions League final. I think he has just cemented his place in the Hall of Fame. He is now a Midtjylland legend with his second goal in the Champions League final. If we can keep this lead and win, Moukoko is a legend. Wow, insane. It's Leipzig on the attack again, and I think they're looking to find Ekitike, who's through, and he just misses. Poor shot from him, poor. And that's the end of the first half. We are 2-0 up. Everything is just looking perfect right now. That being said, we've gotten lucky because Leipzig have had much better chances than us. I think we've maybe had 2 or 3 strong chances and we've converted it. They have had a ton. Starting the second half, we need to keep our composure and win this game. Come on, guys. Leipzig looks like they're on a pretty decent attack right now, and it's Xavi Simons who sends it through, and he chips the keeper. Just as I said, we need to keep our composure. We go and concede 5 minutes into the second half. That is a great goal. Wow. The composure to chip the keeper. We haven't been able to do anything, and as you can see, Leipzig is on the attack again. It's a 1-2. Ekitike is through, and Ekitike scores. We have just given up a 2-0 lead. Ekitike with a phenomenal finish. He was never going to miss that. Not after the chances he's previously missed, and it's 2. We are making some much needed substitutions. Our players are tired. That's a poor pass from Gordon, but it's a great tackle. We are on the attack. Hit a little 1-2. Oh, that is amazing football right there. Moukoko. Since we've made our substitutions, our attacks have been much better. We've got the ball here. Let's cut it back from Gordon. Bring it back into the middle. De Ketelaere. One-touch shot. And the keeper makes a very comfortable save. Keeper's probably going to be looking to kick this ball up to their big strikers. Oh, he hits his own man. That was almost a disastrous situation for them. We didn't cut it. We're on the attack here, and that's a phenomenal through ball. Let's cut back. Oh, it's a back post cross. And Anthony Gordon, that was so close. Let's bring it back. Touch it. Shot. We got tackled, and now they're on the counter attack. This is not looking good. We got one player back. Can our defender do it? Ruiz on defense, and that's a phenomenal. That's great defending, man. That's great defending. We need to clear this ball right now. That's it. Leipzig are on another attack here. We just can't seem to keep the ball, and as you can see, they've got some players, and it's through keeper. Our keeper has been player of the game. Apart from Moukoko, our keeper has been player. There's one final corner for them. If we can keep this out, that's going to go straight to extra time, and we do. So that's the game. Ended 2-2. We messed up a 2-0 win, unfortunately. But that's how the cookie crumbles, and now we got to go to extra time and really seal the deal. Not much has happened in the first 5 minutes of extra time, but we are looking to find Moukoko on the attack here, and he's got the ball. Let's get a cross in, maybe back post, and we've got him dribbling. Oh, it's a corner. Let's get this ball crossed in. Hopefully we can find a head. It falls to Gordon. Take a touch, take another touch, hit it. Not quite. We have been all over Leipzig, but losing the ball right there is not good, and they are on the attack here to close off the first half. What are they going to do with it? They're going to bring it into the middle. That's a good save, and that's going to end off the first half. I really don't want to go to penalties, but we keep on messing up, and they're on another attack, and it's back to Ekitike. He takes me for a pop and the keeper saves it. Wow. Our goalkeeper has been phenomenal. Honestly, he's really been good. I'm impressed. They've got some tall guys in the box for this corner and Dovbik wins the header. He just couldn't quite get it in. Thank goodness. There's not much time left in the game and we just lose the ball right there. Leipzig is on the counter attack and they've got men forward. They're going to find the right wing, I think. Oh, it's not looking good. It is not looking good. He takes a bad shot. We have got the ball for the last attack. Get it to Dublin. Dublin, take a touch. Cut inside maybe. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Run down the line. Run down the line. Let's find the Ketelada. The Ketelada to Mokoku. Have one. And the keeper saves it. And I think that's going to end off the game, guys. So yeah, we draw 2-2. It is now going to penalties, and that is not what I wanted. But that's just how the cookie crumbles, and we just got to deal with what we can. So it's penalty shootout. We've got the Ketelada on the first penalty. I'm gonna go left, and we score. Let's go, the Ketelada. They've got Dobik on their first penalty, and he scores as well. Unfortunate. Mikey Moore is up next, and we're gonna go bottom right. And we score. Let's go, Mikey Moore. Come on. They've got their next player, and they also score. They also went right. Tyler Dublin up next, and I'm going top left. It wasn't the most powerful shot, but we got it in. Let's go. Xavi Simons. Where's Xavi Simons going? And he scores it. It's coming down to the wire, and we've got Seamus up next. We cannot miss. Seamus scores. Keeper went the right way though, but thank goodness. And where are they going? We need a save, and we can't get that save at the moment. Up next is Mokoku, and I have absolute trust that he's going to put this in the back of the net. Never in doubt, Mokoku, never in doubt. It's the final penalty. I think it's Noosa taking it. Come on. He's going right. 100%. Let's go. And we are Champions League winners. FC Midtjylland, in 3 seasons, we have won the Champions League. Granted, it was probably the easiest Champions League run we have ever seen, apart from Milan and Arsenal. But I'm happy we got to take this Champions League win, and clearly the signings paid off. We didn't do much in the domestic cup and the domestic league this season, but we won the Champions League, and that's important. So super happy with this, super proud of the team, and I hope you guys enjoyed the rebuild. This was really a fun one for me, and if you guys want me to do another season or 2, considering this was a very short rebuild, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know down in the comments below, and also let me know what team you want me to rebuild next. Thanks guys, have a good one. Peace.